If you want to outrank websites with 10 times your domain authority, without buying a single backlink, without waiting 6 months, without a big brand behind you, pay very close attention, because the sites beating you right now aren't winning on quality. They're winning on a number, and that number has a blind spot you can walk straight through. Here's what's possible once you can see the blind spot. A brand new domain ranking on page 1 in 41 days. No links, no outreach, not fighting for position 1, slotting into the DAP the big sites left open. One focused page quietly pulling clicks from sites with 100 times its authority. That's not a fantasy. I've got the Search Console screenshot and I'll show it to you in a few minutes. My name's Vlad. I'm an SEO operator, same as you. I've been building and ranking sites since before ChatGPT existed. 26,000 people watch me run these experiments in public on YouTube. But for years I believed the same thing you probably believe right now. The site with the higher domain rating always wins. So I played that game, and I lost it over and over. To beat the high authority sites, I tried to become one. I chased backlinks with guest posts for months. I built 4- and 5-page clusters around every keyword to look deeper than I was. I rewrote the same page again and again, chasing a difficulty score under 30. I was trying to outmuscle domains with 100 times my links. That's a fight you don't win with effort. Every tool told me the same thing. Ahrefs put the keyword at difficulty 85. Every starter guide said skip anything over 30 on a new domain, so I skipped, and I skipped. I was letting a number tell me to give up before I'd even open the search results. Nothing I did stuck long enough to matter. Sure, here is the narration. Here's what nobody tells you. Domain rating is not how Google ranks pages. Google ranks the page that best answers the query, not the domain with the most links. For a specific commercial search, a focused page on a zero authority domain can beat a listicle on a domain 100 times stronger, because that listicle isn't actually about the thing you searched. Let me prove it with one real search. A brand new domain rating 0, no backlinks. It debuted on Google's first page at position 7. Sitting above sites with 100 times its authority. It didn't climb there slowly. It showed up on page 1 the first day it was eligible. The high DA sites never saw it coming because they weren't defending the slot it took. So I stopped trying to out-authority anyone. Instead, I started hunting for one specific thing, a query where every result on page 1 except the brand's own homepage was a listicle that mentioned the topic in a single passing sentence. No page actually built to answer it. I named it the search gap. It's not a weak competition gap, it's a focused page gap. And once you can see it, it's everywhere. That method became a community. It's called the Search Gap Method, a school community where I teach the whole system step by step with the keyword scoring, the worked examples, and the exact page structure that wins these slots. 234 operators are inside it right now running the same play. Let me show you exactly how it works. The full method, nothing held back. When you hunt the focused page gap, you stop competing on authority entirely, which means a brand new site can rank in weeks instead of waiting out a 6-month link campaign that may never pay off. You're picking fights the big sites already walked away from. You build one page that's actually about the query, so that when someone searches, your title matches exactly what they typed, while the listicles above promise 13 other tools. That tighter match is what pulls the click, even from a lower position on the page. That single focused page ranks for the whole family of related searches, giving you 11 different spellings and formats of one query, all landing on one URL without building 11 pages. Google groups them because they share intent, and your page wins them because it's the only real answer in the results. And you do all of it without ever having to send a cold outreach email, buy a link, or let a difficulty score decide what you're allowed to rank for. The work moves from begging for authority to reading the search results correctly. That's a skill, and it's learnable in an afternoon. Here's the whole method, and I'm handing you all of it. 4 steps: detect the gap, validate the gap, cluster or don't, then ship and leave it alone. Let's walk each one using the exact search I showed you a minute ago. Step 1. Detect. Ignore the seed keyword and drop below the difficulty filter. For any niche, there's a long tail of specific branded queries, new tools, new products, exact model names, that get searched but rarely get a real page. I built my list from product hunt launches, autocomplete trees, and Reddit threads where one name kept showing up as a reply. Detect doesn't tell you if you can rank. It tells you what's worth checking. Step 2. Validate. And this is the step every difficulty tool gets wrong. Open the actual search results, incognito, no personalization, then ask one question. Has anyone built a focused page for this query, or is everyone just mentioning it inside a page about something else? Position 1 is the brand, positions 2 through 10 are listicles that name check it in one sentence. That's your gap. The score measured whether you can beat the home page. It never measured whether there's room for a better page than the listicles. Step 3. Cluster, or don't. For a hard query, build a flagship plus 3 focus supporters and a pillar above. Depth signals topical authority. But for a thin branded SERP, one focused page is enough. And building a 4-page cluster around every keyword is one of the ways new sites stay stuck. You dilute your strongest page chasing depth Google never asked for. Match the build to what the results actually require. Step 4. Ship, then leave it alone. Publish the page. No outreach, no backlink campaign, no promotion. The flagship I keep pointing at went live, sat 41 days with 0 impressions, then debuted at position 7 and just stayed there. No slow climb. If the results had room, Google finds the page and drops it into the slot it fits. Your job was reading the gap right. That's the whole method. The one mistake that sinks most people is skipping step 2. They read a difficulty score of 85, believe it, and move on, never opening the search results to see the listicles were beatable all along. The score is a starting question, not a verdict. Open the SERP, every single time. Here's the receipt. That one focused page on a 0 authority domain over 90 days, 1,112 impressions, 24 clicks, a 2.16% click-through rate at an average position of 8.9. At the bottom of page 1, the expected click rate is about 1%. This page more than doubled it. Not with tricks, but because the snippet matched intent tighter than every listicle above it. Those are the real Search Console numbers. Verified. Not a promise. Now, you just watched me give away the entire method. So why would anyone join a community for it? Because knowing the 4 steps and running them well on repeat are 2 different things. Inside the search gap method, the core training turns those 4 steps into a repeatable system. The keyword scoring sheet, the SERP validation checklist, and the exact page template that wins these slots. Then there's the part you can't get from a video. The worked examples, real searches, torn down step by step, so you see the gap through my eyes until you can spot it on your own. The classroom modules, and a room full of operators posting the gaps they're finding this week. That's the difference between knowing the method and running it every day. So what's it worth? Think about the real cost of doing this alone. It took me 11 months of failed link campaigns and wasted clusters to see the gap for the first time. 11 months. The membership isn't $500 a month. It isn't $100. It's $27 a month, less than the SEO tools you're already paying for. That's the trade. $27 against a year of guessing. Join, and you also get the live weekly Q&A, where you bring a real search you're eyeing and I tell you on the spot whether it's a true gap or a trap. That one habit, a second set of eyes before you build, saves you from the wasted pages that cost me months. You also get the templates I actually use, the scoring sheet that ranks gaps by how winnable they are, and the flagship page structure with the verdict first intro, the pricing block, and the schema these slots reward. You copy them, fill them in, and ship. No guessing at format. Here's my promise. Come in, watch the core training, run the 4 steps on one real query. If you look at the search results the way I just taught you, and you can't find a single gap worth building, this isn't for you. Message me and cancel. No hoops. I can offer that because the method isn't a theory. It's a screenshot I already showed you. One honest thing about timing. These gaps are first come. A focused page gap sits open only until someone publishes the page that fills it. Every week you wait reading difficulty scores, someone else can claim this slot you could have had. The method doesn't expire. The specific gaps do. So, if you want to stop losing to sites with more authority and start taking the slots they left open, here's what to do. Click the link below this video. It'll take you to the Search Gap Method community, where the training, the templates, and that weekly Q&A are waiting. Join, run the 4 steps on one query this week, and post what you find. Here's everything you get when you click. The core training that turns 4 steps into a repeatable system, the worked examples, the scoring sheet and page templates, the live weekly Q&A, and the room itself. 234 operators already inside, posting the gaps they're finding. That number's real, and it's on the page you're about to open. So, that's the whole thing. The method, I just handed it to you in this video, nothing held back. The system, the templates, and the community waiting behind the link. Your cost is $27 a month against a year of guessing backed by a cancel anytime promise. Click the link, claim your first gap, and I'll see you inside.